Hello, adventurers. Come, take a seat, for the story I'm about to share may be one you would like to hear. Some tales are recorded by the tomes of the ancient library. Some are told by a most curious friend of mine, but this tale is special. I was able to record this one myself, in my own words. A most unlikely of groups would gather, one that nobody could have ever imagined getting together. Though the reason for their forming is one based on debts, it would grow into something much more intense. This group consisted of a tiefling, an orc, a squirrel person, and two elves, one of the land and one of the sea. And together, they were going to take on the most dangerous foe the world had ever encountered. So, without further delay, let's see where this tale takes us. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Magic Abound. So, last time we left off, our crew here started their travels away from the distant uninhabited land that they were in before, towards the more inhabited continent to the north. During their travels, they came upon a seemingly very large storm, one of which that most of the crew here had never seen before, and were attacked by some sort of skeletons, some of which seemingly wielding impossibly functioning rifles. The crew did manage to defeat them and learned a little bit about them. It seemed as their equipment is ancient in design, and the crew is now just continuing their travel. We are missing a one Saturn today, so we will have to make do without her. But everyone else, we're going to move forward another week in time. The total travel time between where you started the journey and to getting to Alteria has taken about 2 weeks. You are all now approaching the docks of Alteria. And I will go ahead and give us a little bit of a visual aid here. It's sort of the vibe of Alteria. So yeah, this is sort of the vibe of Alteria. A very well-developed, very magical place. You can see that instead of normal streetlights, there are just cages with magical lights floating in them. Different magical carts that are propelled not by wheels but by magical means. Magic seems to be an everyday thing here. It is weird to find something that does not involve some sort of magic. You guys all pull into the port. Dadrak sort of gets everything sorted with the ship, and you all step out onto the dock. And around the dock, there are quite a few different kinds of peoples here. There are dock workers, seemingly other sailors, and there's even Imperial soldiers here. And I will go ahead and in Magic Abound here, I shall post an image of what these soldiers look like. You guys all know how they look. Obviously, you can recognize them, and they are very recognizable individuals. But they seem to just be... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I just got a big hat. I was just talking about...
Oh, yeah. Big hat. Impossibly large hats. No, but they seem to be relaxed, and even as you guys dock here and start to disembark, they don't seem to be paying you any mind. Seemingly just here to keep a watch over things. You do see, as you dock here, though, that there is another ship that is in another spot that is just crawling with Imperials. There are Imperial soldiers here, and there seem to be even plainclothes investigators also kind of on top of the ship, and you can see nearby they are taking crates and sorting through them, but you can't see exactly what's in the crates. But this seems to be taking up most of the attention, and you guys just walk off the dock and into the city proper.
With a Gandalf's gun with malicious intent.
So you're sitting there, and this is not a quick affair. You sit there and for a good few seconds reload a gun just in the street. It doesn't seem like anyone pays you any mind, surprisingly enough, that you're actively loading a firearm. But unless you guys are specifically going to check out the situation over on that other boat, we'll just continue on.
No business of mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, So, Dadrak, where does he say we need to go? I'd rather get back to the sea as fast as possible.
You see, Dadrak nods at you and goes, we're gonna go see a friend of mine. He's a professor in the academy here. One who gave me the lead on all this stuff. He's probably gonna be able to give you more of a understanding of things. Just follow me and try not to cause any trouble. And he looks right at Vagan.
I'll promise anything.
I don't want to be arrested.
That does kind of like glare at Vagan for a second, but then just turns and starts walking. He goes, just stay close. Don't bother anyone. We should be fine.
Another cigar is lit as he sets off with everybody.
How many of those do you have?
Enough.
Speaking of which, I'm about to decide that now that we actually are coming up on it. Vagan, you say enough. You did kind of realize you don't know, so then you check again.
Mm-hmm.
You have about 4 other than the one in your mouth right now. You have 4 more remaining.
In that case, as we're walking with Dadrak, I will be eyeing up any place that sells cigars.
All right. Go ahead, give me a perception check.
Oh, a perception check. What is my perception? Oh, that's a 16 plus 5.
16. So that's like 21 in total.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, with the 21, you're looking around. You don't see it at first. You smell it at first.
Oh, my nose.
And you looked like down the way, and the way you guys are going, there is a giant, basically medieval equivalent of a smoke shop.
I'm just seeing like Looney Tunes ass floating through the air towards the cigar shop.
And it seems to be in the way of where the direction that Dadrak is going.
As we pass by, I'll be slipping inside stealthily to steal some cigars.
Okay, go ahead, roll a stealth check.
12 plus 11.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has a passive perception that can beat that. So you just slip in. Thankfully, the shop is pretty empty at the moment. You look around. Is there a specific type of cigar you're looking for here?
My usual, in the little canon we've wrote for Vagan, he usually goes for a particular tropical blend. Usually tobacco grown on very fancy islands, or other fancy imperial islands.
All right. Give me an investigation check.
Investigation. It's a flat roll. Oh, it's a 19.
A 19. You find it's a whole pack of like 20.
Oh.
And it looks like this is the last one, because it seems like it's a pretty popular brand
It's
around
being
here.
stolen.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check for me, please.
13 plus 11.
Yeah, you make 0 noise. You are a giant orc, but you've not made a single noise to even let anyone know you're in the store. As you just very quickly take it, slip it in your pocket, you slip back out of the store, and you see, because of how efficient you were, your compatriots who haven't noticed you've been gone are only like a few minutes up the street.
Very good. It's a good day to be Vagan.
I'm assuming you joined them pretty just incognito, or do you go off somewhere else?
I have an opportunity to be mischievous. You don't know. I'll temper my sneakiness. I'll just catch it with a group.
So you just like go back in line.
Mm-hmm.
You act like you weren't gone, and it doesn't seem like anyone noticed you were gone to begin with. And you guys all keep walking for a few more minutes until you get to a very large building. It's almost as if it's made of whatever it's made of. It's very clearly reflective and shiny. And it is one of the largest buildings that you've seen in the city so far. And Dadrak sort of just kind of walks up this very large staircase that leads up to these, like, 2 giant wooden doors. About the only thing on this building that's actually made of something that isn't like a quartz or whatever material this is that's so shiny. as he just opens the door and walks right in. You all follow him, and you immediately, I imagine for Mr. Chestnut, you feel almost at home in a place like this. There are just different wizards running around with different papers and stuff. There is a few like artificers here that are creating some sort of machine in a little section of this lobby. And Dadrak, without even stopping at like the clerk's desk that is sitting sort of nearby in this lobby area, just walks through the set of doors and keeps going. Let me.
I love
shiny?
magic.
The like the receptionist does like kind of go to say something, but then just stops, almost as if she realizes who it is. It doesn't seem like there was any problem with him just walking into the building proper.
Question to the DM.
Mm-hmm.
Anything shiny?
Give me a perception check.
4.
4? You
4
look
plus
around.
5.
Oh, so 9.
Woo!
With a 9, the only thing shiny you can see is a little gem that's being placed into what looks like a machine that like 3 people are actively working with.
Vagan's gonna stand over their shoulder and look over.
You stand over their shoulders. It's these 3 humans that are just like tinkering with this machine, and it looks to be some sort of construct that they're messing with.
What's
and the
all
gem
this
is like
thing,
being.
fellas?
You see one of the guys, the bigger of the 3, turns around, big round glasses, and a very long mustache. That is just his whole face is covered in soot. And he turns and he goes, "Oh, I was just working on one of the constructs here around the academy. It seems someone did a number on it. I don't know exactly what happened to it, but
What's that shiny gem in the middle?" And Vagan points with his cigar.
you point with it, and a little bit of soot like from the cigar drops, and the guy doesn't even notice as he like, wipes it off his hand, and he goes, "Oh, that's the well, constructs like these, they channel different magical energies, and the gem inside is what actually makes it work, gives it its ability to move and whatnot."
Vagan is not listening. He's just nodding along.
He's give me a deception check real quick.
12 plus 6?
Yeah, no. You see, now you give me an insight check.
12 plus 2?
You see, he starts going off, and is anyone else stopping when they see Vagan talking to this individual?
No.
I'll probably
You
stop.
go.
Just, I don't want him getting arrested.
Yeah. So as they're talking, the guy's saying, "Oh yeah," and then it also makes it grow extremely tall when it's working. It'll be like 10 feet tall.
10 feet, you say?
Yeah, exactly. And Mr. Chestnut listening to this, Vagan hasn't realized the guy's just talking a load of absolute nonsense about what this construct is doing. But it doesn't seem Vagan has noticed because Vagan was trying to mess with this guy.
Now,
It got flipped on him, essentially.
where would a man like me get a shiny rock like that?
Oh, well, there's a jewelry store not too far from here.
No,
They sell
not
different
just,
gems.
just a normal, one of them powery gems.
Well, it is. We are just using a normal gem.
Just a normal gem.
Normal gems can do the trick, yes.
May I take a look?
You see, he kind of turns and looks at the 2 other humans that are looking at it. They sort of look at you, look back at the gem, kind of whisper something to each other, and the guy you were talking with turns and he goes, "No offense, but this is quite sensitive work we're doing here. I would rather not."
I'll be out of your area now. I'm just here with an old friend, you see. I don't have no business building myself.
The guy looks at you and goes, "Look, it's just a normal gemstone. It's taken us an hour just to get it situated in the chassis right. I don't want to take another hour just to move it
May
without reason.
I just take a little bit of I don't have to hold it. Maybe just a little bit closer look.
You see, he sort of slowly nods and he goes, "Yeah, I guess that wouldn't be a problem."
You'll trust if I allow me. I'm a very trustworthy individual.
Do I see any guards in here?
There aren't guards per se, but there's a lot of staff in this lobby at the moment.
Again, leans you see just old people in the museum leaned all the way forward, hand on his chin, stroking his beard. what gemstone is this?
This seems to be a ruby.
Now, where did you procure such a shiny rock?
You see, the guy looks at you. He goes, like I was saying, the jewelry store. They do sell just gems in general.
Do you know where that jewelry store could be located?
Yeah, it's just down the road a bit, about 5 minutes or so. By the I don't know if you've seen where the smoke shop was, but
No.
around that
As I
area.
have a cigar actively in my lips.
Yeah, he kind of looks at you. You can tell he doesn't believe a word you said, but he doesn't. He just rolls with it. And he goes, "Well, just again down the road, just straight down the road, about 5 or so minutes."
Do you know when that establishment closes? Because I'd like to get there before it does.
Usually around sundown is when they.
Very good. The guy just turns on his heels and regroups.
You turn on your heels and you see Mr. Chestnut a little bit away, just staring at you.
Hello, Mr. Nuts.
You just see me walk off.
He just turns and walks and follows the group. I'm assuming the rest of the group went with Dadrak.
I did. I'm in
You
charge of the
definitely
mic.
did.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm assuming Ellie did as well.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna cast message. If you get arrested, I do not know you.
Sorry, what?
Do you say that out loud or back to Chestnut with the message?
Oh, yeah, with the message.
Gotcha.
Walks away.
So you all eventually reconvene because Dadrak at one point had stopped when he realized not everyone was there, and he sees you and Mr. Chestnut reconvene, and he takes you all down a few hallways towards a very intricate looking door. And as he pushes open the door, you guys see a very stereotypical professor's study. Big large desk in the middle of the room, and an individual sitting at it who seems to be a Goliath in very stereotypical wizard's attire. I'll post that image in Magic Abound. Everything, including the stereotypical wizard's hat. And he also is wearing a round pair of spectacles. It seems like that is the most common piece of apparel in this place, is round spectacles. As he's sitting at his desk filling out some sort of sheet, as he sees you all enter. And as he sees you all enter, all of you can notice the look on his face of he knew this was going to happen almost. As he kind of looks at you all, and he looks at Dadrak and he goes, "Tried to tell you not to wander off." And Dadrak immediately starts rubbing the back of his head. And he goes, "Oh, well, something came up," as he sort of walks more into the room.
Okay, sorry, during this conversation, I apologize, but I was just rolling a deception check for something for myself.
Uh-huh.
Anyone can notice that Relio is clearly not happy about being here. Because I rolled a natural 1 on my deception. That's all I was going to say specifically.
No, it's all good. You all enter the room. Do you all kind of join Dadrak as he moves towards this individual?
Vagan is now just wandering around this room.
I'm held back near the door.
Okay, what's Ellie doing?
Just standing there.
So it's Dadrak and Mr. Chestnut, the largest and shortest person in the group, approach. Let's start with everyone else first. What are you you're just wandering around, Vagan?
I'm looking for things to steal, I'll be really honest.
Okay, roll me an investigation check. And a stealth check for me.
On the investigation, that's a 6.
Okay.
On the stealth, that's a 13 plus 11.
Okay. So doesn't seem to notice you doing this, but as you're like pacing this room, you swear it's almost as if this guy knows people will try to steal from him. You can't find a thing that you'd be able to easily get to steal. Nothing that's of value to steal
I
anyway.
will find your shiny stones, good sir. I say under my breath.
Okay. And what's Relio up to?
He's muted.
Relio is very... Shut up, I noticed. Is very much keeping an eye on the tinkerers outside, like from the door. If I can see them from the door, if it's like immediacy, I'm not sure how
No,
close
you
they
can't. You can't see them. You've gone a
Okay.
far few bit away.
Any sort of magical devices that look like combative in nature? Is anything like that in the room?
There isn't.
Okay. In that case, if he scans the room, notices no like aggressive magical devices, he'll probably also then walk forward after like scanning the room first.
Gotcha. Alrighty. And Ellie, what are you up to, Ellie?
Being confused.
you're just standing where you came in, just looking at everyone. You're
Yeah,
not quite sure what's going on.
Yeah, I zoned out, so she did too, and she's just confused where we are.
So you just stand in like near the doorway, completely zone out. Obviously, Mr. Chestnut, you also approach. As this individual looks at the three of you that approach, looks to Mr. Chestnut and Relio and goes, I guess introductions are first in order. I am Professor Lokon, here, one of the head professors at this academy, and the individual who tipped off our mutual accomplice here to something quite important that he decided to just rush off and try to complete without any information.
He can't read, and he showed us the book that you showed him. We were under the assumption that you kind of brushed him off and made him go forward. Look back at Daedric. Anyway, could you give us more thoughts on these stones that we're apparently looking for? Because we found the site, but we can't access it.
You see, he nods and he goes, yes, there's gemstones that are said to have been imbued with elemental energies. They are sort of a conduit, I should say, from the elemental planes. What'd you say, Paul? Sorry?
Element.
Yes. He goes, there are 6 of them. 4 of them are of the normal elemental planes we know of, the air, fire, water, earth. And then there's 2 others. There's one of lightning and thunder and storms. And then there's a stone of acids and oozes and poisons and of that nature.
Is there an avatar stone too?
Are you saying that as Ellie?
Yeah, why not?
You say that, and he just looks at you. He looks extremely confused. He just doesn't. He doesn't seem to know what you're saying. And you say this from across the room as well. So he just turns and looks between everyone, and just.
I don't know either. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm just gonna approach. I'm gonna walk up to them. To not be all the way over there.
You said stone of acid and oozes, and what was the first one?
Poisons. Poison, acid, and oozes. Just as general description.
Oh, okay. I thought the specific stone had that.
It's just what we dedicate of knowing what it can do. That are some of the things it can manipulate.
So the first one was lightning,
that.
storms. What was that one?
Yeah, it was lightning and storms.
Okay.
And thunder.
And then and thunder. And then there are the 4 that relate to the 4 elemental planes. Fire, earth, air, and water.
And they all live in harmony.
Until the
Hence
fire
why-
nation attack.
Until the oozes attacked.
Oh
Just
no.
be aware it's gonna happen like every time you bring it up.
Oh yeah.
Not the oozes.
Oh no. What have I done?
They're drowning us.
What have I done? He says. Run a D&D session with my book before.
Yeah, that's what I've done. I decided to DM. But as he says this, he goes, yes, and then there's also the item known as a focus, or the focus, I think it's more referred to. It's a item that is going to need to be constructed. This is not something you can find. The one that was used in the first stage to entomb the artifact was destroyed to keep it safe.
Sounds like we've been sent on a handful of fetch quests.
So,
Do you say that behind? Like, where are you saying that from?
I'm probably sneaked it up behind the group and I'm whispering it to all of them.
Well, yeah. What else would we be doing?
I don't know. Something adventurous.
It's an adventure. We need to find them.
Hello, by the way, I'm again.
You see, he kind of looks and nods. And he goes, yes. He thinks for a minute. He goes, I did just sort of start speaking and didn't let you all introduce yourselves. I'm quite terribly sorry.
Do you have any shiny stones?
Do I know why he's asking this?
You can only assume, knowing Vagan.
I'm gonna turn around and glare at him.
What? I like rocks. I'm a rock collector.
You see this individual, Lacan, like, reaches into his desk drawer and pulls out, like, a shiny little, like, pearl and just tosses it to you.
Vagan makes no attempt to catch it. No.
It hits your chest and falls to the ground. It clings a little bit on the floor.
You know, the one I saw in the lobby was a ruby. I've been told there's a jewellery store nearby that sells these rubies.
Yes.
Do you have any rubies?
He looks at you, looks at Dadrak, looks back at you, looks into his desk drawer, rustles around it a bit. You see him take out a, like, what looks like a spyglass, and he just tosses it behind him.
Oh.
It clings to the floor a bit. He takes a few other papers out, just tosses them. They go flying, and he eventually finishes looking in there, and he does grab a little, looks like a little tiny gem. Like, it could fit in between your thumb and pointer finger.
What am I going to do with that?
Sort of shrugs. He goes, "You didn't say how. You're asking an awful lot of me."
A sizable rock that I could add to a collection in a box, perhaps, that I could bury on a beach.
You're still trying to bury all your shit.
Of
We had
course.
this conversation like 2 weeks ago. Why does everyone keep trying to bury the stuff? Just go sell it,
It's
then you
part-
have gold.
It's part of tradition, mate. You wouldn't understand you and your.
The tradition is irrelevant if you can't have. What? He's gonna turn around. Just ignore him.
I agree with Aurelio on this one. It's stupid tradition.
Aurelia, don't say
That's
that.
part of the code.
He just had to bury his gold as well.
Well, listen. You bury the spoils and then you spend what you want.
You see, Logan is just looking at Dadrak, who Dadrak is also sheepishly just rubbing the back of his neck. And Logan says, "You genuinely picked the most
Dastardly.
non-incognito
Handsome, even. Beautiful,
pirates."
some would say.
He kind of looks at you,
Decisive.
Vagan.
Incognito pirates.
Yes.
Yeah, those
I don't know
totally-
what. Okay, no. What does that mean?
Means you're not obvious.
The literal moment you came in here, you have someone who is literally trying to steal my stuff.
Not
I know you
stealing.
think I didn't notice.
Oh, yeah, no.
But I
He is
completely noticed.
Not stealing.
He is a twat.
You've
Through
all
and through.
pretty much admitted it through the conversation we've had.
Listen,
I have
right
taken
now.
nothing from here. I want nothing from any of these wizardy people.
because he's
I'm
a
not even a
twat.
pirate. I'm here because I had a.
Listen, I'm trying to cure some rocks. And like you said, I'm a dastardly, handsome, intelligent, decisive pirate.
It's not what I said
It's
at all.
definitely what you said.
You're a bitch.
Said that with your whole chest.
Listen, Miss Ellie, I don't quite like your tone.
You see, he sighed his sighs and he goes, I don't have anything in here for you.
That's a shame.
Anywho.
You sure? I'll
Yes,
stop.
I'm sure.
I'll stop.
Do any of you want to introduce yourselves? As he kind of looks to everyone else.
Well, my name's Castaney Henry, but they call me Mr. Chestnut. I'm just here to settle a debt. Maybe
Call him
find some cool items on the way
Mr. Naughty.
to the journey.
That's what?
This is for you little bastard.
Oh my god.
Nah, not that big up on formalities, but if you need to know a name, Relio.
Nods, then turns to Ellie.
I'm Ellie. I don't really have a second name. That's all I can remember.
That's fair, I guess. He turns back to everyone else and he goes, now, what has he told you? And he points to Dadrak.
What about you?
About what you guys are doing.
So,
A
I
fair
look
bit.
at
I think.
Daedric.
I assume.
May I speak?
You see Dadrak goes to say something and Logan goes, no, he's not. You guys, I'm asking all of you what he told you. You don't need his permission to say anything.
Okay, so there's apparently this pirate treasure that I guess other people are trying to find, and it was buried. We found out that there's some magical stones or whatever keeping us from accessing it. But there's something else he told us.
There was that other pirate who's apparently going after it. No idea what it is though.
Apparently it's very powerful too.
Yes.
And we don't want it getting into the wrong hands.
Pirate tradition is what I heard.
Logan nods and he goes, yes, the thing that is entombed at that site is known as the key. It is a very powerful artifact that is used to basically rip holes into the planes and able to move vast amounts of items through such portals. It is quite easy to take a person or a group of people to different planes of existence. We figured that out a long time ago. But to take, let's say, a ship or a fleet through, much more difficult and not very practical, unless using this item. And the key is used to, again, take vast amounts of things through the planes, and it was sealed after the first Great War, that when the Hells invaded the material plane. It was used to bring forth armies of the Hells. Here, they were fought off. We reclaimed the artifact and entombed it so that it could not be used again. The individual that is after this item, actually there are quite a few individuals after this item. We only know specifically of this one. Now, we don't have a name, though Dadrick has assumed to have met him before. All I know is that through some way or some means, he wishes to start another hellish invasion, and has most likely, because of that, pacted himself to a very powerful devil. Now, I can't stress enough how horrible this would be, considering the fact that it took a combined force of the heavens, the Feywild, and the material plane to fend one off the last time, and since then, the gods have been silent and the Fey haven't quite returned to the material plane since. So it is very important we don't let that happen again. I'm assuming you all can get the idea that that's not a good thing.
So the items that we're looking for to unlock it, what's stopping us from just hiding one of those stones, so that they're missing a key to it?
You see, he sort of looks at you and he goes, "That theoretically could work, but there has been another group of people who want a different goal who are also after these items. They are I guess you would say a cult. They're more of just a loose movement. As one does, they want to start a literal apocalypse using these gems. And we believe they're not looking to exactly secure all of them. They're looking to recreate them and make more of them. So even if you hide one away, given enough time, someone may replicate them and still manage to complete the ritual."
Like a really good fake coin.
Like a Vagan, a very good fake coin.
Speaking of lingo, I understand now, Wizard Type.
You see, he sort of nods and he goes, "Now, this group has been active in Altaria for quite some time, and I know of a more official group that is taking care of them. Though, for the sake of your quest, you may still run into those that have traveled outwards. But collecting these items, making the focus, and taking the item, the key, is important, so that we may be able to re-hide the key and make sure no one knows where it's at. Because if I know the location, others probably know as well."
Who's gonna be in charge of hiding it?
Sorry. During this conversation, could I insight him? Because I have a bit of a thing about magic wielders. So
Yeah, you can insight him.
I'll use D&D Beyond for this one. If I can find it, there it is.
In fact,
Plus
if you're
0.
doing this through the entire way, you can use your passive if you'd like.
Well, I rolled a 3.
Would you like to use your passive? Because I feel like that's a passive thing you're doing.
My passive is 10.
It's better than 3.
It is better than 3.
Even with the 10, you're not very good at reading people most of the time. Because he's a Goliath and like you kind of know how giants and giant akin people are, he seems to be truthful so far.
Okay.
You see, he looks at you, Mr. Chestnut, and he goes, "Well, once it's reclaimed, I will take those I trust and find somewhere remote that even the Empire hasn't managed to get its hands on and rebury it and put up more up-to-date magical protections for it, and that'll be that. And I'll assume all of you will take the secret to your grave.
If you need help, just let me know. I like magic.
You do seem the magical type."
Thank you.
He looks at everyone and goes, "Now, the gems themselves, while I don't have specific locations for them, they are somewhere within this area geographically. Somewhere within the island you just left, I assume, and the other islands within the archipelago. Just going around, searching those islands, picking up different ideas. There's many folklores and tales that may have some credence of truth to them that may guide
You're
you
asking
to
this
the
ragtag crew to go on a little fetch quest for you.
I'm asking you to hopefully stop another war with the Hells, is what I'm generally asking you to do. But yes, if we were to be more specific.
Yeah, I'm a simple man, mister. I need simple toe.
The Hells, you say?
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds like something that would be in our best interest to stop, yes.
Sort of nods and he goes, "Yes, it very much would be. Now, if there's any other questions you have or anything you need to bring up before I continue, now would be the time."
So, you said they're scattered around the islands, around the areas and such. You reckon there's some, as you said, on this island as well?
I'm going to say no, specifically because if there had been, the Empire would have found it by now. I imagine. They've quite easily taken over and controlled this island.
He's gonna turn to the group. Just seems we're heading back out to sea.
Isn't that what you prefer?
I'm ready to go right now. I'm gonna be completely honest.
I've already rested and I'm ready to go.
Now there is one thing before you leave that you may want to get taken care of. The focus itself. There's two parts to it. There is a actual chassis, the thing that is the basic. It's a box. It's a box that holds something. He looks at Vagan, kind of realizing he's using too complicated of a word. And he goes, you need that constructed by a very talented smith. And then there is a very specific arcane focus you're going to need to acquire from a very powerful wizard. Now, I can't help you with the wizard per se, because the man that I know could do it is quite literally insane and can be anywhere within the archipelago at this moment. But there's a very well-known smith here in Alteria that you may be able to bring blueprints to and would be able to construct the chassis at the very least.
We can go there now, or will we have to be paying for that? Because
you see, he kind of looks at you, and then he takes the paper he was filling out, rolls it up, kind of puts it in a little envelope and stamps it with some sort of seal. And he kind of looks at you and he goes, okay, out of your group, who is the most responsible one here?
I'd say me or Chestnut.
yeah, I just point down to this, like, straight down to Chestnut. My finger's just above his head.
He leans over. He has to lean over the desk to fully get it over to you, Chestnut, but he holds out this envelope to you.
I grab it with both my paws.
Just take it. Take that. Give it to him. He'll know what to do. He's aware of the situation, and I don't think he'll have a problem. He thinks for a moment. His name, Wayne Steelchaser, very well-known smith. I'm sure some of you may have heard of him. He can get this done.
Steel Chaser.
Very accomplished smith. If you need anything other than, of course, the focuses, more material parts, he'd be your guy. He is not the one to fully cooperate with authorities, if you catch my drift.
It's okay, none of us do anyway.
That's why I brought it up. He's a good one. You can pretty much get whatever you need from him. Now again, if you find another powerful wizard out there, great. But I mean, I'm talking like an archmage level of ability. There is, again, someone I know. He just simply goes by Q. Last time I talked to him.
Give me a second.
I fell asleep.
I think Alex gonna wake him up. I think he just suddenly fell asleep. No way.
And that's kind of. I feel like that is just Vagan right now. He. I'll wait.
Yeah.
Now that I know.
Yo.
Fell asleep.
Did I?
Yeah, like a minute.
Oh, fuck me.
You got
You woke up so nonchalant.
2 hours, you got a big crash.
Yeah, fuck me. Jesus Christ, my bad.
It's.
What's the last thing you remember?
I remember we were going. Fuck me. Hold on. Nathan asked us. Fuck. What was it? Oh, sorry, Nathan. I spaced out and then just fell asleep.
I didn't
thought you were
notice
just being a
until
dick.
I genuinely thought you were just playing Vagan.
No,
And then
sorry.
genuinely, Zach was like, "Yo, I think he's actually asleep."
It's not you DMing. I'm just fucking shattered. Apparently, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll go over.
It
He's
makes it's a
basically-
good bit. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good bit. It's a good bit. No, basically, just to fill you in, just because I don't know exactly when you.
Tell me like
out.
the last sentence, because I swear I was only going for like a minute.
Yeah, I heard the first one a while ago, and I thought like a minute or two ago, and I thought it was just like in character. But like, actually, he might just be asleep. So I'll wait for a moment.
Basically, he's gone over to make the actual like outer material part of the focus.
Okay.
Wayne Steelchaser is a very good smith who is under the table. He doesn't really work with the authorities.
Okay, good. Yes. I fell asleep with my eyes open, by the way.
Dude was EP.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
He kind of looks around and he goes, "Yes, again, this wizard, he goes by Q last time he wrote to me. He's somewhere within the archipelago. I have no idea where he's at. But if you do find him, he very powerful wizard who can get you the focus parts of the actual focus that you need. Very recognizable. He is pretty much entirely dressed in purple, in bright purples. So very easy to find, but again, kind of crazy. Just remember that if you find him. But as far as how you go about doing this, it is your choice of how to proceed, which places to go first. I would recommend getting these blueprints to Wayne as soon as possible so he can get started. It's going to probably take quite a while, even for someone of his skill level. And you all have a ship, correct? I'm assuming?
No.
How did you get here?
Isbo.
So you... I was asking if you, as a group, had a ship to use.
In that case, yes.
Okay, good. Make sure you keep that. And just so I can get it out of the way,
But what happens if he gets the Relio treatment?
then you guys need another boat. You can't travel the archipelago without one.
Now, why did you assume that my ship had sunk?
Well, last time I saw you.
No, not you, you knobhead.
He kind of looks at you, Relio, and he goes, he seemed pretty confident, and he points to Vagan. He was like, so, like,
If I can just nods.
look, anyway, make sure you at least have one functional vessel.
I'll be careful with him, he's a bad luck, Joe.
And just whatever you do, if you do get caught doing shenanigans, you don't know me. I must stress that enough.
I'm gonna be honest, I can't even remember your name, so that's fine.
Good. Probably for the best.
In the event that, oopsie daisy, I said your name, what happens?
I deal with a lot of official paperwork that I don't want to deal with.
Ah, bureaucracy.
Yes.
Boring.
I'll be honest, I don't remember your name either.
Yeah, I think that's
Good.
I think
You
no one
guys-
does.
You
As
kinda
far
started
as-
yelling at us when we first came in.
Was I? Wasn't trying to.
Not really.
Anywho, probably for the best.
Don't worry, I remember your name.
What is my name?
That's for me to know and you to not tell me.
He kind of looks at you.
But it doesn't.
I don't believe you. I just don't believe you.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
It's not? Anywho, is there anything else you need of me?
Y'all sell magic scrolls.
We could probably sell a few if you have any particular...
You
I'm
store
assuming
them
you're a
somewhere.
wizard.
I'm a wizard.
Yes. We
I'm not.
create scrolls.
Do you
Wait,
have
this
any
is the pla-
pre-made ones stored somewhere?
No, again, you're
Not-
not getting scrolls.
Well, I trust that you're capable. I just
It-
didn't know if you actively sold.
We actually sell, and I'm not going to tell you where we
Why
store
not?
things we sell.
I'm an honest.
Because
I'm an honest
you
guy.
actively came in here and tried to steal from me.
Not steal, just borrow without permission.
That's stealing.
No, that's not what my mother told me. My mother told me it's only a
that's-
problem if you get caught. I don't
Is
get
the
caught.
pearl still on the ground?
The pearl is still like on the ground. It hasn't rolled very far away.
Why'd you give him a pearl?
I figure if I give him something, he won't want to steal something.
No, this works, mate. I'm sorry.
how much is a pearl worth? As a
This pearl is just a little ball. Like, it's not really worth anything. It just looks shiny. Like, you can tell it's not really worth much.
So,
I'm gonna pick up the pearl and put it onto the table.
so stupid question.
I don't believe in such things, but yes.
Trust me,
As
she does.
a druid, could I do anything with scrolls, or is that purely for wizards?
Wizards are the only one that can learn spell scrolls, but you can use spell scrolls to cast the spell. You know what I mean? Like,
Though? Like, does it get used up?
it gets used up, yeah.
Yeah.
But
So you're certain you don't have a room that stores a pre-made scroll?
we have a room. I'm just not telling you where it's at.
Can I see?
Why?
I just want to see it.
I will not let you see it.
Why not?
Do I need to put you on a leash again?
Listen, little lady, as Regan
I will
leans down to her height. Or leashes, or irons, or the status quo.
Then behave before I use.
I'm just
a
a curious fellow looking for a room full of probably valuable pieces of paper.
Logan turns to you, Mr. Chestnut, and he goes, "Is there a specific set of spells you're looking to acquire?"
I have 53 gold. Is that within the?
You might be able to get a cantrip, maybe. Yeah.
I'll come back another time and have a little more gold on me.
Or
Yes, of course.
you could tell me where it is and I could get you one.
Do not steal. From
I
me, man.
actively cannot let you steal from the institution in which I work at.
Why
I
not?
don't care what you do after that, outside of here, but you are very much leading me to have to report you. Like, I hope you understand.
Oh, you'd be a
How much
snitch.
If I don't have this job, a lot of bad things happen. And you right now are jeopardizing my job.
Now do you regret
Actively.
hiring pirates?
I didn't hire you. That idiot hired you.
He's
And he
also a
points to
bloody
Gadget.
pirate.
Barely.
That directs you honor the code.
He sort of nods. He doesn't even say anything. He just sort of nods.
Have you been upholding the code since you stepped your foot on a deck of a ship?
He nods again.
He's a pirate.
Anyway. Listen, just... Is there anything else you need of me?
The location of the room.
That you're not anything other than the location of our storage rooms.
Let's just go to Wayne Steel Chaser and go from here.
Absolutely. I'll be back as he begins to leave.
Oh, I'm gonna lose my job. He mumbles as you guys leave the room.
You'll be fine.
No, we won't.
The door, as you guys all walk out, the door shuts, and Mr. Chestnut, you immediately notice the use of an arcane lock on the door, but not just on the door. For some reason, the walls of the room as well, like the outside walls, also lock somehow. And you guys are left like in this like area outside his study.
I have
Fair.
a question.
Yes.
Can I arcane lock an arcane lock?
You cannot arcane lock an arcane lock. Essentially, what you do is you just you could arcane lock the door again to where there's two like you have to dispel 2 effects to get through it, essentially. But you can't arcane lock the arcane lock,
No, I meant like.
if that makes sense. Do you want to arcane lock the door again after that?
I was just wondering if one day if someone arcanes log, if I could do it again to like force them in the, make them stay in the room that they locked themselves in.
I mean, technically, theoretically, you could.
Okay.
You immediately get thoughts. But as you guys exit, do you guys just exit the building, or what are you guys doing?
I
Well,
assume we'll be heading out to the blacksmiths.
Because I don't think we were really told to talk to the guy that said it was hard to find in that building.
No, he was saying Are you talking about the wizard? He said you guys need to find as well.
Yeah, because then he said it's hard to find him.
He said he could be anywhere within the archipelago, which is the entire like set of islands.
Oh, okay.
For lack of a better word, you could be fucking anywhere.
He could be bloody well anywhere, yeah. So, you all... I'm assuming you all are playing nice and leaving, is what I'm asking.
Maybe.
I'm walking towards the blacksmith.
I also go to the blacksmith.
You guys all head out. Is Vagan leaving as well?
I'm gonna fucking make him leave.
Yeah, Vagon's tagging along.
Okay. That's all I needed to know.
For now.
As you guys all leave...
Oh,
My apologies.
As you guys... You did not want to leave. Your body was trying to tell you no. As you guys all exit and you all walk through the city, you go deeper into the city, and you immediately can see the plumes of like ash and smoke from different forges. As Dadrick sort of quietly leads you through the area until you get to a very... It is a smithy. You can tell it is a smithy, but it also looks like a outdoor workshop as well. And you see a little sign. It just simply says Steel Chaser Smithy, and it has a picture of a steel bar, sort of just in the in-between part. And you see there is an individual kind of hard at work, very like soot-filled blondish hair. And I will get you a image of this. And there's another thing you notice about him is that he does have a prosthetic arm that seems to be made of metal and gears and wood, as he seems to be working on some sort of longsword. Let me get that image.
Yeah, he's just vibing.
He's just vibing.
We've got Thor out here making stuff for us.
As he continues working, he doesn't even seem to notice you guys approach, as he's just hammering away at this very like red hot bit of metal as he's forging this longsword.
Right, so as he's walking in, just like very obviously announcing himself as he's walking in. We're told to come here to get something from you, so we can leave.
He turns and he sees you all. He goes, "Yeah, who sent you exactly?"
Mr. Chestnut, who sent him? I can't remember his name at all.
I
guy.
think we all forgot his name.
It was the wizard guy from the thing.
His
His name's Lorcan. Bloody hell.
Lock on these nuts.
You see, he just sighs and hands out his arm towards Mr. Chestnut.
I have a little envelope from him that I was supposed to give you.
He sort of nods and like he's holding out his like prosthetic as he kind of like beckons for you to hand it to him.
I give it.
He takes it, very haphazardly rips it open, takes out the paper. Looks back at all of you. And you're the ones he's trusting with this.
Very.
We're very good
No,
at
he-
what we do.
He
Funny enough.
trusts him, I point to Dadrak, and he trusts us.
Yeah.
So it's a mutual trust.
For now.
I don't like the sound of that. And he turns to Vagan.
What?
I don't like the for now part. To that.
Everything's a for now. Not everything's definite.
Especially not when it's you.
I hate that you're right about that. I hate that you're correct. I feel like that's wisdom that you didn't mean to put on me right there.
Listen, not everything's promised.
Stop making... Okay. He just closes up the paper.
Wise Vagan moment. Sat pondering on a rock, hand under
The
chin.
cigar suddenly turns into a pipe for a moment. Just
He
Vagan
kinda-
wise moments.
He kind of rolls up the paper and he goes, okay, all right. I'll get to work on that. Is there anything else you guys...
Time
require?
frame.
Time frame?
Mm.
If nothing goes wrong, a month.
One moment. Just Vagan leaves for a little moment.
what was that?
Returned.
Like it just fell through the floor. Actually, while I'm here, I'm gonna look around. Do you have any like shields or anything on the wall?
There are like a whole bunch of different weapons. There are a few shields on the wall, yes.
Are any of them burning?
None of them are actively on fire. I know what you did there.
There's none like being smelted currently. There's none.
There are no burning shields here.
Are any shiny rocks?
Oh God! Stop asking me that.
He looks at you and he goes, "Not on me." Jewelry shop that way. He points back the way you guys
Well, a
went.
lot of people are recommending that jewelry shop.
They have shiny. That's where everyone gets shiny gems from.
Leans a bit closer. They have a lot of shiny rocks.
Do they have a lot of shiny rocks?
Do they get a lot?
Don't answer.
Quite
Don't
frequent.
answer. Don't answer this question.
He looks at you, Ellie, and he goes, "He's gonna just keep bothering me if I don't." Turns back to Vagan.
He's right. I will just keep asking.
They have quite a few, yes.
Like a sizable amount.
Yes, they have a.
Would you say, for lack of a better term, a chestful?
Again, no
I'm-
stealing.
I'd say quite a few chestfuls.
Like a buriable chestful?
Like a whole storage room
Oh.
chestful.
Oh. Would they miss them?
Probably. Very much miss them, actually. Probably. So.
Vagan lights another cigar. I'll have to remember that.
Oh, what,
Really
are
is
you,
going to a... Sorry, go
what are
on.
you using to light them, by the way? Just so I have a visual.
Just a little matchbook he has.
The
Just a little
gun.
matchbook.
Because Vagan knows no magic, he lights it the traditional way, just like gets a little matchbook, flicks it, like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm surprised.
Also-
Just out of curiosity, though, shields, pricing, what?
Normal.
As a player, the way you worded that was the funniest fucking thing I've heard. I was like a caveman asking.
Yeah, that's how it really would ask in the context.
Shield price what?
he backs away from the gun, going back into like business mode, and he goes, "Oh, well, a normal run-of-the-mill thing that is already made here, probably run about 25
Would you miss a shield?
gold pieces.
Hmm.
Anything above that would require me to actually craft it, which would take a lot more time and coin.
Oh, okay. Not usually. Usually I just like, I'll go into a place and probably... I'm gonna restart that sentence.
It's all right. It's all right. It happens to the best of us.
I lost my train of thought instantly. Start speaking. You know what? I think I might. I'm just gonna take one of the basic shields off the wall, feel it, weight-wise, see how it feels. Just
Question for you: is your weapon a two-handed weapon only, or is it versatile?
I It is two-handed only. You be correct.
He kind of notices your weapon then, and he goes, "Now you could grab one of them, but it'd probably be pretty hard to use the shield and your current weapon at the time. I do have something that could fix that." And you see, he goes over to the wall and he picks up what seems to be like a little strap with a little like piece of metal that in it like a circular shape, and he brings it over to you. And he goes, "Now all you have to do is strap this to your arm. It has a little mechanism in it. You still use the shield. It's not going to be as effective as a normal one, but you'd be able to use it along with a weapon that requires both your hands, if that would be more your fancy."
He very much pulls, the Shrek looking to the side face, just, oh.
So,
When you say mechanism, it's not... Is it magic? Or is it
No,
more
you
of a-
just
Okay.
you grip your hand and a little like fiber string activates deploys the shield, for lack of better words.
How much would that run of? Wouldn't you?
I'll give it to you for the same price as a normal shield. It's nothing special, and it is less effective, per se.
That is pretty neat, I will say.
Yeah, I'd probably lower it to 20, actually, considering the fact that it's not as protective, but will obviously work better with your current situation of weapon.
Just says the party, I'm good at haggling. I'll take it.
so not only do you go off,
Does absolutely nothing and just gets it for cheaper, like victory.
So you can add an arm buckler to your inventory.
Arm buckler. I'll drop 20 gold.
Yep. And what it does is you can still use it while having two hands, but it does only increase your armor class by 1.
That's better than having 14 armor class.
Yep.
I feel like 14 to 15 is a huge jump, like difference like 20 and 21 isn't as big.
Yeah.
so not only do you go off and have this weird little make yourself bigger move, but now you're using shields, Relio.
Yeah.
I've been disappointed in you before, but this is a new low, mate. This is tragic.
Since the last time we met, I've gone through a bit of a spiritual awakening, as it is.
Fucking piss take is what it is.
Doesn't say anything else. It just looks at him, tries to find the right words, but slightly agrees. And
Wayne kind of looks at the rest of the group and he goes, "Is there anything else any of you
Bigger
would
gun.
require?" Bigger gun. How much bigger of a gun?
He pulls out his pistol. This, but bigger.
So do you want a bigger pistol,
Yeah.
or do you want a? Okay, so you still want a pistol. You just want
Yeah.
it bigger.
Yeah.
Why?
Bigger bullets. Alright?
Okay. He kind of like looks through. He starts taking things off of like shelves, like going through different drawers and stuff. And he pulls out what looks like essentially just a blunderbuss.
Oh! 18-barrel blunderbuss.
And he kind of walks over to you and he goes, so something like this.
Yeah.
Okay. For this specific piece, it would be 100 gold.
Forgatton's mouth opens a little bit, his cigar on the edge of his lips. 100 gold pieces.
Yes, because technically I'm not supposed to be selling this to you.
Why not?
Not supposed to sell people guns.
Why not?
Imperials don't like that very much.
Imperial Schmearl, I've killed enough of them.
Please stop talking before I'm obligated to do something about it, please.
So Forgatton turned around quite unknowingly, quite loud. What do you mean? I'm only saying I kill people.
You see, there's a couple people that are like outside. There are a couple smiths, a couple other people that are like doing worksman shops. Just like turn and like slowly out of the corner of their eyes look at you, but they're not saying anything. They just quickly go back to work, and he's just like, "Okay, just look, it's 100 gold. You want it or not?"
How effective is this going to be? Is it worth my time, or am I just buying something I'm going to use once and forget?
Well, what it does is instead of just shooting a bullet, it shoots pellets in a cone. You can hit multiple people with it. Its range is a little bit worse than a normal pistol, but it hurts a lot. It hurts quite a lot.
Tell you what. Are you down to haggle a little bit?
You see, kind of looks at you. My whole job is practically just haggling people most of the time. So
Right, I'm gonna throw you a figure. You tell me how you feel it.
okay.
75 gold pieces.
He like rubs his chin a bit, like through his beard. 80.
78.
Kind of looks at you for a moment, still rubbing his chin. I suppose I could do 78.
Alright. Vagan reaches in onto his belt. His quite sizable coin purse. Right. How'd you count? I'm kidding, not how to count. And he carefully sets down 78 individual gold pieces.
So he picks one up, and he's gonna inspect it, see if it's real. Kind of bites down on it.
Like, Vagan's smiling, but when he starts testing his gold, Vagan looks offended.
He kind of looks at you as he does it. He goes, "You wouldn't believe how many times people have tried to
That is
give me fake
genuine stolen Imperial gold.
Thank you for letting me know."
It's your pleasure.
He sits it all down, collects it, puts it like in a little pouch on his apron. And he goes, "Very well, here you go." And he hands you the weapon. And then he goes into the back and grabs a big pouch of the ammunition. He walks back over and he goes, "Are you going to need extra powder with that as well?"
Well, I don't think my bullets are going to work. So yes.
I'm talking about gunpowder.
I might need some gunpowder.
You're gonna need some gunpowder, and he goes back, grabs a little bit of gunpowder. But like when he grabs these things, he's grabbing them out of like secret compartments almost. Like, and he hands it to you, and he goes, "Alrighty, anyone else need anything?"
Honestly, you can work with anything that isn't metal.
What do you need, and I'll tell you if I can supply it.
Look at me.
That's not narrowing things down. That's all, actually.
Well, I shouldn't assume things. Do you know what a druid is?
Yes, but please don't take offense. You dress nothing like a druid.
Fair, but I do wear a lot of green.
So do just about anyone here in this development district. So,
Okay, damn.
yes, I don't know why, but they do. Anywho, is there something you would like from me?
Well, I mean, maybe. Only thing I really benefit from would be maybe staff. That's better, but I don't know.
Are you looking for like a just a whack people over the head staff, or a spell casting staff?
Can't those be the same thing?
I can't give you a staff that does spells.
Fair enough.
I could give you a staff that is really good at whacking people, but I can't do something that lets you cast spells.
How much would it be?
He thinks for a moment. He goes, "Just to you as a player, what you have a normal or a +1 at the moment?"
I have.
So I forgot what we started with.
I have just staff.
Staff.
Rather, quarter staff.
Yep. Okay. He goes, "Something better than that probably would run you about 30 gold pieces."
That's a shame. Shush.
He kind of hears that. And he goes, "Oh, it's not like I'm going anywhere. If you guys out and about and you need anything, just stop on
Oh,
by.
I'll be back.
I can do stuff like this, other equipment, and if your ship needs a tune-up as well, I can do stuff like that.
You touching another man's vessel?
Not without consent, of course. Yeah, blindsided you with that one, didn't I?
I need a mute.
Got him. Got him, boys.
This whole session's been one chaotic as shit conversation.
Oh, yeah. But it involves Vagan. Most definitely is.
So what do we do now?
Whatever you wish, I guess. Go start exploring or something. I'm not sure. Whatever
now
you
I've
want to
got
do.
this new device. I do know where a jewelry shop is.
You're gonna hold it up with a shotgun.
I mean, it is effective. You're not gonna say no to the man with an 18-barrel blunderbuss.
Okay.
Yes.
I do hope that fucking dense skull of yours has enough of a brain to remember the fact that we are still doing a job for someone.
I know. It's a bit boring though, isn't it?
That's irrelevant, man.
It's not. I got to have my
I
fun.
learned that word recently. It's a good one, isn't it?
Why are we agreeing? Right, so I won't hold up the jewelry store with a shotgun. Yet. Until the jet's paid off, I
do it
guess.
afterwards, it's fine.
Actually,
Couldn't give a shit.
Mr. How have I forgotten your name?
He just points to the Steel Chaser smithy side.
Mr. Chase of Steel.
Close enough.
Is there a bounty board in the city?
There is, actually. Down by the tavern, down by the docks.
The guard check that quite regularly.
Not regularly, but there is someone they've been looking for. A dwarven man in heavy armor. Apparently caused quite a fuss about a week ago. They're putting a pretty high price on his head. 1,000 gold for his head alone.
1,000 gold, but that's a sizable bounty.
What do you get for the rest of his body?
If you bring him alive, they're willing to pay closer to 2,000 for it.
Is he a pirate?
No, but apparently it caused quite a scene in the academy about a week ago.
Oh. Dadra, do you think we'll have enough time to nabble the bounty?
Dadra kind of looks at you and he goes, "We could try. Definitely could use the gold."
Because I'll be honest, fellas, I do not know where we're going after this.
Well, we searching all the islands, might find something randomly. Hopefully, it seems to be the plan.
Oh, you Mr. Chestnut, you got any input? I don't want to be the talking.
Well, if we're aware another pirate crew is after this, well, pirate cult, we could try looking around for them and see if they have any information.
How about you, Miss Ellie? You've been rather quiet.
Yeah. Don't have much to say.
Just a nod and a shrug. Fair enough.
Not really one of many words, unless I'm directly spoken to.
Well, I'm here for the adventure, fellas, and pay off this debt so I can rob a jewelry store or something.
Okay. And at this point, I think now we're going to go ahead and take a break. Take a little bit of a break.
Okay. Now,
Hi there folks, we do hope you're enjoying the episode thus far, and if you are, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button. It helps much more than you know. Thank you.
We are back, and we are joined by Miss Saturn. She is here.
Hi. I slept in because I was exhausted.
So yeah, so full party is here. So you all leave the smithy and you head on towards the docks, back towards that tavern that's said to have a bounty board. You guys pass by the same spot. You guys pass by again the smoke shop, and then also you guys see what everyone's been talking about this jewelry store, and it is just a giant. It takes up like the spot of like 2 or 3 smaller stores, just a giant jewelry shop.
Celestine, casts a glance towards it and says, "It's nowhere near as fine as what I wear around my neck every day."
Fagan,
Mm-hmm.
you're looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know you're interested. It is known simply as the Crystal Palace,
Crystal Palace.
and it is a very immaculate. And you see inside the building, in the little display area, you could see a couple of Imperial soldiers, but Imperial Royal Trading Company standing inside.
Again, strokes his blunderbuss.
No murder.
He turns like a stone statue towards her. Who says I'm gonna murder? You're the one that killed 2 guards. I
And
didn't.
you're the one with quite a reputation.
Yes.
So keep it on your belt.
No.
Do you need me to keep it in my hands?
I will shoot you. I hope you know if you try to touch this, I will shoot you.
Well, then keep it on your belt.
As you guys have this conversation and walk by, a few people who's standing kind of nearby kind of give you looks, but they don't really say anything, and they keep walking. You guys eventually get down to the tavern, where you can hear there's a bunch of sailors inside just drinking, having a time, and right outside the tavern is a board with a bunch of different postings on it that you could assume is like a bounty board.
I will read the bounty.
Okay.
Do you need help up, sir?
Is it that much higher?
It's like normal human height, so it is pretty tall for you.
I'll climb.
You just
No,
climb up
I
the
would be
side.
happy. I'd be happy to give you a boost up.
Thank you, ma'am.
She drops down onto a knee so that way he can climb up onto her shoulder.
Alrighty, so you climb up on her shoulder, and you're reading the bounties. And there's a few bounties here. There's one for just a local man who got into a brawl, and it's 5 gold pieces. There's another one about some sort of smuggler. You don't really recognize him. And then you see the one that was mentioned. You see this individual. Let me quickly go get his name. This individual's name is Thomir. He is wanted for destruction of property and treason against the state. And he is described as a average dwarven man wearing full plate and having a very long, bushy brown beard. And has a signature dragon-horned helmet. There's a very distinct design. And it says, wanted dead or alive, 1,000 gold pieces for proof of death, 2,000 gold pieces if brought to the authorities alive. And there is a little note that says that he is suspected of working with other treasonous individuals within the city.
Hey, Dodrick.
He kind of turns and looks at you and goes, uh-huh.
Do you know that name at all?
Let me go ahead. You see, he kind of looks at it and he goes, actually, I do, but he's a mercenary. He's a sellsword. He has done quite a few different works for different people that I've unfortunately gone up against. He's quite the foe. Other than that, I don't know too much more.
Would you get in trouble in any of your circles if we did turn him in?
Oh no, he like I said, he's a sellsword. He kind of works for whoever will pay him the most. I don't think he has a loyalty to anyone, nor does anyone have a loyalty to him.
Question to DM.
Mm-hmm.
Is it there?
What, the sheet?
No. Is it there in regards to Vegan?
Is there a sheet for you?
Mm-hmm.
Give me an investigation check.
Oh no. That roll time. That's a 3.
3. You don't see
Okay.
anything there that has your face on it.
Alright, very good, very good.
Celestine's not even gonna bother looking for a sheet for herself, because if there was one there, it would be wildly incorrect.
Do I see her again? Or Celestine?
Yeah, if anyone wants to try to search for sheets for members of their party, you can go ahead and make me an investigation check.
That's a 12.
Okay. Anyone else?
You know, I'll roll for myself.
25.
Okay.
That's gonna be an 18.
18. So, with the 25 and the 18, Ellie, you don't see anyone you recognize on there. But Celestine and Mr. Chestnut, you're looking at the different sheets because you're like, oh, what else could we, pick up? And you see a sheet. It's kind of like been drowned out by the other sheets on here, but you kind of move stuff out of the way. And in the corner, you see a sheet simply titled "Wanted Dead, the Mad Dog." And you look at the gold price, and the gold price is 100 gold pieces.
Vagan, get your ass over here.
It's only 100 gold.
Vagan,
But you're dead.
you look at the paper and you're like 100 gold. That's way too low to be anything.
If it's
recent.
smudged out, I'm gonna lose my mind.
No, it's not smudged out. This has been sitting here since you first started gaining notoriety.
Is this like a young picture of Vegan on there as well?
There's not even a picture, and there's not even a name. It is just the Mad Dog.
Now,
there's absolutely nothing here.
special. Fellas, this right here, this is a bit of history. He takes it off the board. This, he flicks it. It's one of my original bounty posters.
Well, I can't imagine it's much more now.
Lights another cigar. There's a reason why I smoke, lovely.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
You know what? I'm not saving your skin next time.
You never have saved my skin.
No, I won't at all.
You saved mine. I'm very grateful. All of you did.
Of course, Mr. Mr. No, I will. You are indebted. I'm indebted to your services.
None of you have saved my hide yet.
Not going to.
I saved your
will.
sword.
I wouldn't expect anything more nor anything less from you, Vagan.
Good. But Vagan's like looking at this bounty piece of paper, like it's like a baby photo. This is old. This is like
This is old. Like the fact that it is still here is quite the achievement, because you would think at least the elements would have eroded it by now, but it's just still
You know
in here.
what? I'm gonna keep this just for myself. Tucks it into his little pouch on his side.
You know, I'm glad that they don't have any of my wildly incorrect posters up on this board. It's quite funny. They always get my face wrong.
So these guys are looking. See, there's a couple of other like sailors that are just like coming off of a ship, also walk by it and kind of look at it and don't really. Nothing seems to interest them, and they just walk back into the tavern. And you guys are standing out here with the sheet. What would you guys like to do?
Let's go look for Thorin. Is that his name?
Thomir.
Thomir. Let's go for Thomir.
And Dedrick, you said he was a sellsword.
Yes, he's a mercenary sellsword. Yes.
Now, if I know a mercenary, they'll probably be in a pub.
Dadrek slowly turns to the tavern they're standing outside of.
How convenient!
Would he be so stupid?
Well, to be fair, would anyone think to look for him right where his bounty is posted?
Vagan's already walking
Fair
into
enough. Onward we go. And she goes in.
Vagan did.
And you guys head into the tavern. Almost every booth and table in here is filled by a bunch of very drunk sailors who are yelling and screaming and clanging mugs together. This place is if you think of a sailor's hideout, a pirate's hideout, this is it. As you guys enter, and you immediately can tell, searching for someone in here is going to take forever.
This is my kind of place.
There's one way to draw out a sellsword.
If you're going to suggest a violence, I'm immediately shooting that idea down.
No, what you do is you sit down and you have a very loud conversation about spending money on getting rid of someone.
Can I just have my owl fly around and look for him?
In a bar.
Top view's always good.
How tall is the ceiling to the DM?
The ceiling is pretty tall. The ceiling is about 12 feet high in the lower parts. It seems like this establishment was made for just about any type of individual who could find their way here.
Vagan will march up to the actual bar itself.
Okay. What's everyone else doing?
Your mom.
No.
Okay.
I'm glad you were so formal about that.
How many exits are there?
There is only the one exit, and it's the one you guys went through to get in.
I'll just hang by the door. If they run out, I'll just stop them.
Okay, so we've got the 1 foot line back going hard right now.
The immovable wall.
You could learn a lot by me.
He's the immovable pebble. Fear him.
Celestine's gonna find a place where she can hang around. She wants to listen to the conversations, see about any juicy gossip, any interesting conversations, any of the drunken tales happening.
Gotcha. Alrighty.
Is there any remotely open table by the exit/entrance?
There is one in the corner, kind of closer, not closer to the entrance, but it's on the same wall. It seems like nobody else has came in here to brood, so it's just that empty corner table is right now.
The Witcher.
Yeah.
Aragorn.
I'm just gonna bike a lean against the door next to the door entrance.
Gotcha. So it's Mr. Chestnut and Relio by the door. Vagan has gone to the bar. Celestine is sort of just milling about, listening to gossip. What's Ellie doing?
Sit near the group.
Okay, so you stay near the door.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Vagan.
Yeah.
You march up to the bar. It takes a little while. You gotta push past some people, but everyone's pretty cordial and lets you go. And you get up to the bar, and you see there is a kind of half-orc woman cleaning a mug who is sort of kind of paying attention to everyone, but there's too many people in here to keep an eye on everyone. So she's sort of just chilling out at the moment.
Vagan will lean on one elbow, another cigar in his lip, and kind of hails it over as best he can.
Okay. You see, she does see you kind of leaning against the bar. She does come over. She puts the glass down that she's been cleaning and walks over.
Madam, I presume you are the maiden of this bar?
See, she kind of looks at you and goes, "No one else sober enough to be helping out, so yes."
Well, first of all, I would like an ale. Whatever, dealer's choice, not too fast. Second of all, I'm looking for a fella.
She sort of nods, reaches under, grabs a very large mug and a very big, like, not cheap, but like common ale. Throws it in the, pours it into the mug, sets the mug down in front of you. She kind of like leans over to like leave a little less space, and she goes, "A lot of people are looking for a lot of different people. You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific than that."
Well, your establishment is right outside of that bounty board, yes?
Aye, it is.
Anybody claiming to come in by the name, was it Thorin?
She kind of leans closer. She goes, "You mean you're looking for Thomir?"
That's the one.
Haven't exactly seen a fella come in by that description, but there are quite a few dwarves in here, and if someone was going to hide in here, I doubt he'd be wearing that armor of his that's so distinguishable.
Well, if you do see him, let him know that the Mad Dog's looking for him.
She looks at you, like gives a curtly nod.
Mm-hmm.
She recognizes that name. And she ain't snitching.
He gives her a very firm nod. Take it there. How much do I owe you?
That one's on the house.
Good lass. And he returns to the group with a fresh cup. He didn't get any information. He just wanted to drink.
Yeah, you just go back. You did get a little bit of a something, but not as much. Celestine,
Yeah.
you're milling about. You hear quite a few tales. You hear people just talking nonsense. You hear about some crazy dude on one of the smaller islands apparently was blowing himself up quite regularly. You're not quite sure about that. But then there are a couple people talking about the new bounty.
Mm-hmm.
And give me a stealth check, real quick.
Yep. Ooh, that's a 24.
You slink around. Not a lot of people notice you. And you hear a group of individuals kind of like near the farthest away, kind of from the entrance that you can get. And they're talking about like, look, we just gotta wait a little bit, wait till the place clears out, and we'll get them out of here real quick. And you see the other guy is like, yeah, but their guards are gonna be everywhere out there tonight, man. We can't risk that. And the first guy who's talking, he goes, yeah, but dude's got some real capital. He's got a fancy scroll. It says that nobody will see us walking out of here, so just gotta keep her cool. And you're looking over the two guys that are talking. While neither of them are to seemingly fit the description, you can tell they're definitely trying to sneak somebody out of here.
All right, interesting. She's gonna keep that in mind, keep track of their location, and move on because she doesn't want to be deemed suspicious or a listener.
Okay.
And she's gonna report back to the group with that information after circling around the bar again because she doesn't want to beeline it straight to them.
Gotcha. So you guys all eventually meet up. Vagan, big ol' mug of ale in hand.
Hello, fellas. Oh, guess I'll
One
go fuck
Celestine.
myself.
I'm not by the table. I'm by the door still. So.
I think everyone's by the door.
Oh, fair enough.
Once Celestine gets to the door, she'll lean against the wall and say very quietly, "There's some people over by that table," and she kind of jerks her head towards where the table is.
Jerk.
They're trying to sneak someone out. I don't know if it's our Mark, but apparently he has some fancy scroll and he has high capital. The guards are after him.
What's he look like, dear?
No idea. They were being very hush-hush on the down low, and neither of the people who were talking were our Mark, and our target isn't visible from what I saw.
Invisible?
Possible, but I wouldn't know. But according to the people at our table, the person that they're trying to smuggle out has a scroll that can get them out of here unseen. So I wouldn't put it past him.
If I do manage
Wait,
to see,
sorry.
if I do manage to see him, I can cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter. I should immobilize him for the time being.
Right, so let me just try. It takes me a while, but I've put pieces together, you know. So if this is by chance that dwarven fellow we're looking for, who was running rampant through the academy, and apparently he's got some spell scrolls, doesn't that make him a better version of Vagan?
Right, when I find that storage room, I will have many a scroll.
I'm gonna continue my wandering. You all stay cordial. And she goes back to what she was doing.
I'm still not that good at this idea of just waiting and just
Then why don't we do some of
Watching.
it then, Relio?
see if anyone else said that. I'd probably say go for it.
It's a bit boring though, isn't it?
As they're talking, Ellie,
Yeah.
you're just looking around. You're just chilling out.
Yeah.
You see someone you recognize sitting at a table, seemingly unnoticed by the rest of the group.
I immediately know who this is, and I'm going over there.
Yeah, I'll send an image for. Nobody else sees this individual like this. Everyone just sees an elf. But Ellie, you know who this is.
Yeah.
He sort of gives you a little wave as he sees you approach. Again, the table he's around, like, strangely, nobody else has taken a seat there. And as you sit down, you immediately know why. Because the table that he's sitting at and all around it is just dreadfully cold. As you sit down, he kind of looks at you and goes, "You actually saw me. I thought you'd forgotten about me."
How could I?
Fair enough, I guess. What brings you to a place like this?
Looking for a bounty, I think. We don't really know where he is, though.
Ah, I see. There is someone here that some very inconspicuous people are trying to keep hidden, but, well, it's not in my place to reveal such things.
Fair enough.
So what have you been up to? It's been quite a while since I've heard from you.
Well, I've been with this group for a while. Got quote-unquote hired to find some stuff.
I'll be right back.
He sort of nods, takes a sip of he's got something in this mug, but you don't know what it is. It doesn't look like any alcohol you've ever seen before. Sits it back down and goes, "Well, it seems like quite the adventure."
Yeah.
He kind of looks around again and he goes, "Well, I've been hearing around what is that term you material plain people call it, around the vine bush or something of that answer. I'm not quite sure.
Something like that.
You're looking for some gems, are you not?"
Yes. Looking for some elemental gems.
He sort of nods and he goes, might you be looking for something of that caliber?"
We're trying to keep something of, I think, great power out of the wrong hands. So we want to get those before they do, so they can open this, whatever it is. Yeah.
I see. A tale as old as time itself. I can remember the times of the First Age as if they were yesterday.
That makes sense.
Well, when you are finished doing whatever you're doing here, find some place so that we can speak in more private. I may have some information that you might want to hear.
Ooh. And when you say private, do you mean only me and you, or can the group come too?
Or the rest of your crew can be present. Just in the middle of a rowdy group of sailors It probably isn't the best to talk of such sensitive matters.
Yeah, that's fair.
I can only keep the glamour for so long, you see.
Yeah.
You see, he sort of nods, finishes what's left in his mug. Well, I should be off. People are probably worried where I'm at the moment. But we'll talk soon, yeah?
Yeah, I hope so.
He sort of nods, gives you a smile, and to everyone else that's watching, it seems like he gets up and just disappears. You blink and he's gone. For Ellie, you see he gets up and like in a poof of like mist and snow, he just apparates out of the building.
Yeah, after he does that, I'm gonna go back to my group.
Okay.
As Ellie returns, again looks over to the table where Celestine, Celestine told us that group was, and he's starting to walk over.
Okay. Yeah, you're walking over and they're like talking. Are you being any like bit of stealthy about it, or are you just?
No, Vagan sits at the table with them.
So he sits down and they're like talking, and they kind of turn and look at you like out of the corner of their eye and don't really say much.
Vagan sets down his big flagon of ale. Good afternoon, fellas.
You see one of the guys kind of looks and he goes, "It's afternoon already. I wasn't quite aware."
I don't know what time it is. It's whatever it is. How are you fellas doing this fine day?
Oh, well, trying to get over a bit of a setback we've had.
Oh, private business, or may I indulge me a little bit?
Imperials just found a ship that we were working with smuggling some guns, and so of course we're all taking the blame for that. Boss is quite a strict one, you know.
Not a fan of them Imperials, are we?
Oh, hells no. I don't think you'll find anyone in here who is.
It's my kind of place.
You see, he sort of nods and he goes, "What's your story, fella? What brings you here?"
Vagan will like take a drag of his cigar and look at them all. Look at them all with his one eye. What's my story? Tell you what, I'll indulge you a little bit. Does the name the Mad Dog mean anything to you boys?
They both look at you and the one guy's just, honestly, nah. Don't mean a thing.
You not ventured too far from these Imperial Islands, have we?
Not far. We only just started working with this crew not too long ago. We even, you know how it is.
If you don't mind me asking, who's this crew leader? I might be looking for some work myself.
Just, you don't really got a name per se. It's just our boss sort of gets a bunch of crews together, asks them to transport some less than legal things past the Imperials, and we get a cut of the share when it's sold, and that's that.
Vagan would try to inside it, because to me, and as to Vagan, they sound like they're like undercover cops that are trying to blend in with a bunch of pirates, trying to get to them to incriminate themselves.
Yeah, insight check.
Yeah, while he's checking that, during this conversation, as he walked forward, Rel, I just did what you did last time. Relio will be walking to, not right behind them, but in a position where, like, he's in a straight line across the table from Vagan, just like, he's behind the rest of them, like, across the room somewhere. So in case anything happens, he can just, like, beeline straight towards them to, like, pincer them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the description worked.
Yeah, no.
My insight was 18 plus 2, so dirty 20.
Okay, dirty 20. These guys, you're like inciting them. You're coming at this to the point of you think they're Imperials.
Mm-hmm. And they're trying to get me to incriminate myself.
You don't think they're Imperials.
Good. Very good.
But they are lying.
Vagan will like look at his cigar as he like takes it to the drag and holds it in his fingers, like looking at the cigar and like talking at them. Now, fellas, I may only have one eye, but it's a bloody good eye. You wouldn't be lying to me, would you?
You see, they both give you like a confused look, and like, I don't got no reason to hide anything. We're just telling you what we know.
I've got a pretty good intuition. I've been around these parts a little longer than you fellas might have, and it's raising some suspicions.
They kind of look at you and they're like, well, it's kind of when you're in the business of not working with the law, you sort of get that happening a lot, you know?
Fellas, don't insult me. Do I look like I work for the Imperial Guard?
Well, no, but I'm just saying, we're sketchy people in just our core. That's just how we are. I mean,
Well, I want
kinda
for
have
this
to be a little bit-
instance, we'll be honest, gentlemen, for once. He gives him a wink with his one eye. What are you really doing here, boys?
give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Oh, that is a 16 plus 3.
The one guy who's been like talking to you, his friend has been like super quiet
Mhm.
this whole time. The guy who's been talking to you goes, "Look, we're here. One of our buddies, he's got a pretty high bounty on him, and we're just trying to sneak him out of here and not cause any fuss." So,
I'm not one to
That's it.
step on people's toes. But is that fella's name, Thurum? No, I can't remember.
Omia.
Domir.
give me a perception check.
Perception.
I want to point out I'm also watching them.
Yeah, you also give me a perception check then.
Okay.
That is a 13 plus 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
So far, I've rolled a 1 and a 2. What can I roll for this one? In this session? That's an 11.
Even as an 11, you both kind of see the other guy's like, what? And the dude that's sitting next to him kind of leans forward a little bit, and you see he's holding a stone of some sort, like a smooth stone, and he whispers into it. And Vagan, you're the only one who hears what he says.
Mhm.
But he whispers, "Vox Victorum." And I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I'm good with that.
Go, I'm good at them.
Arr.
I'm not.
No matter where you are,
I'm great at
In-
them.
no matter
Yeah,
where you are in the building right now, you need to make the
Got
saving
it.
throw.
I got a 19.
Oh.
That'd be a natural 20 for a 22.
Ooh,
I got 19.
Rolled a 15.
Got
I have
6.
advantage on deck save,
okay.
as long as I am not incapacitated.
That's a total for 26 for a gun.
So everyone succeeds, because everyone got a 15 or above except for Mr. Chestnut. Mr. Chestnut, you're not quite expecting this, but as you guys are all sitting in this room, suddenly from the center, it starts with a pop, and then there's a large bang, and then there's a fireball as an explosion erupts in this building from the center. Countless people are screaming, and flames are everywhere. Those who succeeded on the checks, you guys managed to get out of the way of most of the damage. So you're taking half. Let me get
Ain't no way this man just commit a war crime in a public place.
Wait, I was outside of the building. It goes all the way out
You
there.
like stood in the entrance specifically.
You were stood in the entrance
Ow.
specifically. Yeah, you didn't say you left.
Oh no, I was
I
outside
wa-
the door.
So I wasn't trying to like throw in the bus. I was trying to help you by saying like maybe the doorway is okay, but it came out
Oh,
wrong.
no matter where, if you are in the building, this happens to you.
Quick editor's note. Mr. Fortune genuinely believed he was outside of the building the whole time, watching the door for anyone leaving, but did not want to look like he was trying to metagame or mess with the moment. So after the session, the party and the DM talked, and Mr. Fortune is safe from the fireball. But who knows about what comes after?
And I didn't hear you say you left.
Oh no, I thought the whole time I was watching the door from the outside.
I mean, if you wanted to say you were outside,
No,
you
it's
could
like
just
out
not.
there.
Okay, because when I heard, oh, we're all in the doorway, I thought you guys all stepped into the building to be here.
I was on the inside of the building, specifically leaning next to the door.
Yeah, I assume so too, honestly.
So let me quickly. I need to get a dice roller
Real
Here.
quick, I need to heal myself from last session because I forgot to do that because I will be
Yeah,
knocked
you definitely long rested between you.
Have we got a long rest on the ship? Yeah, I'm actually gonna do that too.
Everybody make sure you've long rested since last because this matters.
Yeah. But I still have one less first level spell slot because of just the animals.
Okay, so, yep. So, to those who succeeded the saving throw, you guys take 17 points of damage, of fire damage.
The ones who succeeded?
The ones who succeeded. The ones who fail, for Mr. Chestnut, you take 34 points of fire damage.
I'm down.
Wow.
As this explosion is massive. Anybody in the middle of this room, incinerated. Nothing left. To ashes. To anyone who was like on the outskirts, kind of like where you guys were, a lot of you managed to dodge out of the way. Mr. Chestnut, I'm gonna say you're blown out of the building and like land on your back. Screams from outside of the building start to like emanate throughout the nearby area. And with that, we're gonna end our session for today.
Oh, you bitch.
Christ
Okay.
almighty, holy hells, Christ almighty, hell's bells.
I was about to go fucking rage mode then. I was waiting for the opportunity.
Opportunity.
A thing with Relio. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I've not actually finished recording yet. Carry on.
Yeah, we still gotta do our little.
My brain just forgot. I was just playing the session.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I'm glad you guys were into it. So, we'll go through everyone, give everyone socials here. So first off is Cass.
You can find me on Twitter at BNKR.
Alrighty. Rennie.
You can find me on this channel and my
Ooh.
Twitch channel, which I am renaming to just Rennie BNKR.
Alrighty. And then Saturn.
You can find me on Twitch at Saturn BNKR. Go check it out.
Alrighty.
I wonder what
And-
moments is.
Zach.
What's that act? What was that voice?
I don't know.
I don't know what it was, but
But you can also just find me here at the Bunker Core as I'm just smashing out these videos.
Yeah, he's the editor.
we are very thankful for that
He's
as well.
amazing.
Yes, doing a very good
all the-
job.
Editor.
All this quality content, that man's doing it.
Exactly.
He's responsible.
And last but certainly not least, Velvet.
You can find me on Twitch at, you guessed it, Velvet BNKR.
Who could have guessed?
'Cause,
And of
yeah,
course,
I am going to change it to remove the underscore.
and of course, you can see what I'm doing here on Bunker Corplet as well. Some more miscellaneous stuff on Claw the DM. And if you guys want to interact with the greater community, there will be a link in the description for Bunker Light, our Discord server. Hop on in, check it out. We'll be doing some stuff with the community real soon. So if you want to be involved, make sure you join that. A bunch of different stuff we do on there. But yeah, does anyone else have anything before we end the session?
You are all appreciated.
Oh!
Wong.
At the time of recording, the channel has hit 202 or 203 subscribers. I would like to thank everybody who's watching. We appreciate you very much. And if you are new and you haven't yet subscribed, please consider hitting the subscribe button, leaving a like and a comment, because it helps tremendously with the channel.
Mm-hmm. And hit that funny little notification button as well.
Just the
We
bell.
gained one during the game. It's 204.
Oh!
Let's go!
That's fucking hilarious.
But yeah, alrighty. With that, I do think you guys know what to do.